OFX was popping. So March 5th, 2026. So about 2 weeks from now, it'll be 7 years that I've been day trading. I started March 5th of 2019, back when I was involved in a pyramid scheme called iMarkets Live. I'm sure a lot of people remember that. But that piece of shit company did get me exposure to what day trading is. So I am still grateful that it did happen. But 7 years in the market, man, it's been a long time. And there's been a lot that I've learned over my time. So I wanted to make a video. And if I could go back and tell myself when I very first started a few things, this is what I would say. So if anybody in here has been watching me since day one, which I don't think a lot of people are, I used to trade crazy, crazy, crazy risk rewards. There was a point in time when I thought that a stop loss that was over 5 pips was a big stop loss. And that was on the higher time frames. That was on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. That was not on the 1 minute or the 5 minute. That was on the higher time frames. And I was like taking trades, something similar to things like this all the time. Every trade was like that. The most success that I've ever had has came from when I started taking trades either like this or with 1-to-1s, or when I started taking trades like this with 10-to-1s. I've had the most success doing both of those, 10-to-1s and 1-to-1s, which is kind of crazy to tell myself back then that this is what I found success with, because I used to do the complete opposite and have insane trades like this, right? Risk reward does not matter at all. Can you find success with stuff like this? Of course, yeah, but is it extremely hard? Yes. And is it way harder than this? Yes. It's super unlikely to consistently hit exactly where price is going to reverse or continue, and it won't turn around at all, because if it does, then you lose. It's very hard to find stuff like that. And it's very hard to pinpoint exactly where price is just going to exactly go to. That's why now I don't do any of that. That's why I've been saying for a while that I completely stopped trying to predict the market. And I take stuff like this, where price comes back up here. I'm just going to have my stop or my entry somewhere in here, right around the zone. And my stop loss is going to be right above the previous level, and it's going to target a 1-to-1. It's not trying to predict anything at all, because I genuinely don't think that you can predict a market anymore. So risk reward, I feel, is just a way to, how do I want to say this? I don't know how I want to say it, but it does not matter. And it does not matter. This does not matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Any risk reward that you want to do, it can work. But definitely from what I've seen, the higher that you go in risk reward, the more it seems to be really, really hard to succeed. And I would tell myself that a 1-to-1 and under is probably going to be your best bet. And that's what I would say. Now, the second thing I would say is simplicity. So while I was doing those really, really big risk rewards, this is what this area right here, right now, that 1 hour should not be there. I don't know why it's there. Let's go back. I don't know why this is here, but right now it's just the daily. I don't know why there's two time frames, but this is what it used to look like. 15, 31, 4. Then I think I even had like the week, or not the weekly, the 8 hour and all this shit. It used to look something like this, right? And I used to go from here all the way down to here to try to find trades, right? Now, all I do is this, just a daily. I used to use a really, really complicated strategy. I used to go from really high to really low. There was times where I used a lot of indicators, right? There's a lot of different indicators you can use. I made things really, really, really complicated. In day trading, you don't have to make things complicated at all. Price is going up. I'm looking for a buy off of the last support level. and I'm taking that buy with a buy limit right off the level, and my stop loss is below the low and I target the high. That's about as simplistic as you can possibly get. You don't need to do anything else besides that to succeed in day trading. If you don't believe me, you can go through my Telegram or my Discord and see the signals that I've called out and my track record. And it shows that you don't have to do anything besides that. It works, and you can be successful trading in the most simplistic way possible, where a literal 4-year-old could do it. It's not that difficult. Simplicity is key, because when you approach something that is as difficult as day trading, where 95+% of people fail, the one thing that you can really control, besides your risk management, is how you approach the market. You want the one thing that you can control to be as simplistic and take the least amount of brain cells as possible, because everything else in day trading is so difficult. It's emotionally difficult. It's financially difficult. It takes a fuck ton of time to succeed in this thing. You really want this one thing to be really, really, really easy. And you want to be able to go to a chart and pop this thing open and be like, oh, okay, I see exactly what I'm looking for. And it takes 15 seconds to mark it up and you move on, right? So you go through all of these different pairs and it takes you about maybe 5 minutes to mark everything up. And then you can be done for the week because you trade on the daily, and the daily doesn't move that much. So you mark it up one time. You might not even have to redo anything. Like this one I marked up 2 weeks ago. I haven't had to redo anything for 2 weeks. So you want your strategy and your approach to the market to be extremely simplistic. Whatever way that you do that, whether you trade as a scalper on the 1 minute, you trade like me in the daily, you trade in the middle, you still want that approach to be simplistic. Each one of these might take a little bit different of approach, a different amount of time, but you still want the same concept to apply. Now, emotional control. You have to be able to control your emotions. When I very first started, I used to get pissed off when I would lose trades. I used to get so angry, so frustrated all the time. I would lose so many trades. And what I didn't realize is that that was holding me back a lot. Trading is a bitch, man, and the market will fuck with you. You can lose 3-4 trades in a row with a setup, and then you see the setup the next time, and you're like, I don't want to take it because I just lost 3 of the last one, and then you don't take it, and you wake up the next morning, and you would have won it. And back when I was using high risk rewards, like 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, that would happen sometimes. And I would look at that and I'd be like, dude, if I would have took that trade, I would have made everything I just lost in the past 2 weeks. And I would be so mad. You have to be able to control your emotions. And the one thing that trading really, really does help you do is be able to control those emotions. This is not investing. This is not you put money in Bitcoin or S&P 500 and you walk away and then it just grows and you fucking forget about it. This is not that. This is you see your money fluctuate every single time you take a trade. If you trade daily, that's every single day. If you trade, 2-3 times a week like me and you hold trades, then you see it fluctuate throughout the week while you're holding it. This is a completely different thing. And humans are not really wired to see their money fluctuate. This is how we live. This is how we survive. Our money that we worked hard for and put in the account, we don't want to see red. We don't want to see it losing. So it makes it really, really emotionally tough. Over time, you just learn to control that. What you really have to understand when it comes to emotions is that this is all a process. You find a strategy, you find a risk reward, you combine those things together. My strategy, break and retest, trend, all that stuff, combined with the 1-to-1, I'm probably going to win anywhere on average 51 to 54% of the time. That's what I understand now. That's the process. So when I lose a trade, I don't care. It doesn't bother me because I understand that that is a part of the 49 to 46% of the time that I'm probably going to lose. When I win a trade, I'm not super hyped up because that's part of the 51 to 54% of the process. Once that happened to me, and which is honestly like a year ago, when I really started to understand that, that's when I was like, oh, I don't really care about a win or a loss. It's just part of the process. It's part of the statistics of the way that I trade. It's no different than somebody who uses a 1 to 3 and they win 26, 27% of the time. When they win, that's part of the 26, 27, right? When they lose, it's part of the 74, whatever. That's just what it is. Now, time is the last one. Everything in day trading takes time. This is a skill set just like anything else. You have to take your time in studying this. If you go on YouTube, there's thousands of different people trading, making videos, telling you exactly how to trade. Take little things from everybody. I like to say this nerdy thing of Kakashi from Naruto would take all these different things from all these different people, right, with his eye. Do that same shit with day trading. Watch all these different people, learn all these different things, and then put together your own strategy, your own style, right? Your own approach. You can do whatever you want in day trading, which in my opinion is one of the coolest things about it, is you can trade however you want. There's no specific right or wrong way to day trade in these markets. You can do whatever you want. And as long as you are making money, it's working. You're doing it right? So watch all these different people. You don't need to buy a course. You don't need to pay anybody. Watch all these different people and just nitpick everything. Say, oh, well, I like how he does this. I like this. Bailey does this. He trades on a daily because it takes 10 minutes a week. I like that. Well, I don't like the way he trades. Whatever you want to do it. But understand that this is going to take years. This is not a thing that you're going to come in and make money tomorrow. A lot of people have approached me trying to learn how to day trade, and they don't stick to it because they think that you're going to click buttons and be successful immediately. That's not what it is, man. This shit is going to take years. And in my opinion, anything that you want to do, not just day trading, at least 5 years should be dedicated to it just to fucking really start to be decent at it. 10 years is more of a thing where like, okay, now I'm probably a fucking really like one of the best people at this thing. I'm probably close to being a master of this thing. I got 3 more years left till I get to that point. And I'm probably going to be pretty damn good by the time I get there. Everything takes time. And day trading is no different. So risk to reward doesn't matter, right? Risk to reward doesn't matter. You can be successful with any of them. From my back testing, a 1-to-1 and under seem to do the best. Keep everything as simple as possible. Does not need to be complicated. Control your emotions, and the way that you do that is just experience and time. Now, the last thing is that time. Everything takes time. You have to go through it. You're not going to be successful in a month. Expect to, if you're getting into this thing, expect to put in 5 years at least before you really start to see some results and you really start to get the grasp of everything that day trading is. Study everything, learn from everybody, take notes, and after probably 6 months of doing that, you'll be able to refine everything. And then once you refine it, you'll start trading it and you'll be like, oh wait, I want to refine it again. And you'll keep doing that for years and years and years. And then by 5 years in, you'll probably have a really good idea of exactly what you want to do. And you'll be able to start making some money. I'm doing this for 7 years, man. This is not a game. This is hard as fuck. It's one of the hardest things that I think to do, to succeed at. This is not a regular job. There's no guaranteed pay. Even when you get good at this shit, your money's still going to fluctuate. You're still going to have bad months and good months. This is a hard thing to succeed at. And very, very few amount of people actually are able to make this a career. If you're able to do it, salute, man. That's it. OFX out.